Look around you. Broke people are always busy. They are always exhausted, always running on caffeine, bragging about their 12-hour workdays. But if being busy made you rich, construction workers would be billionaires. The painful, uncomfortable truth is this: busyness is not a badge of honor. It is a trap that keeps you poor. While you are busy exchanging your life for pennies, the real players, the top 1%, are intentionally, strategically lazy. And that laziness is precisely why they own the machine that is crushing you. Stop trying to outwork the system, Mono. Stop being a component. It is time to learn how to weaponize laziness. Let us walk through a day in your life. The story of the grind-set idiot. You wake up at 5 in the morning because a guru on a podcast who probably owns an energy drink company told you that champs do not sleep. You take a painful ice bath, jump into the coldest shower possible, and choke down some bulletproof coffee, convinced this is optimizing your biological performance. You sit at your desk, already tired, and you look at your perfectly color-coded task list. It has 30 items on it. You feel a surge of heroic pride. Today, you tell yourself, I will conquer it all. I will put in the blood, sweat, and tears. And so, you begin. You grind. You spend 2 hours answering emails, one by one. You spend 3 hours on calls, talking about things that do not move the needle. You spend 4 hours creating content, doing every single step yourself, from writing to filming to editing. You skip lunch, you skip dinner. By 10 at night, your brain is absolutely fried. You look at your list. You checked off 20 tasks. You feel accomplished. You think, I worked 14 hours today. I am on my way to the 1%. But I am here to do a brutal autopsy on your day. You did not work 14 hours. You just stood still on a treadmill, running at maximum speed, going absolutely nowhere. You are not building wealth. You are not building an empire. You are not even building a sustainable business. You are just a biological battery, a droll, repetitive component that is being slowly and surely depleted. While you are busy being a hero, exchanging your precious humanity for small coins, you have forgotten the most fundamental rule of true domination. Time is linear, but leverage is exponential. You are trapped inside the matrix of effort. You believe the ancient lie that says, the more work you do, the more reward you get. That is only true if you are an assembly line robot. If your goal is to be rich, the correlation between raw effort and result is near zero. The richest people on this planet do not trade hours for dollars. They have broken that chain forever. They do not trade linear time. They build exponential systems. And they build those systems because they are, in the deepest, most productive sense, incredibly lazy. The busy 99% looks at laziness as a sin, while the rich look at laziness as an asset. It is an instinctual refusal to do stupid, repetitive work. When a broke, busy person sees a difficult task, they think, I will put in the effort to do it perfectly. When a lazy predator sees the same task, they think, I hate this. How can I build a machine or pay someone else to do this forever? That is not weakness. That is not avoiding responsibility. That is the highest form of strategic long-term efficiency. You are not the architect. You are the component. You spend all your time working in your business, doing the tasks, being the technician, checking the boxes that you have absolutely zero time or energy left to work on your business. You cannot think strategically when you are drowning in tactics. You cannot see the battlefield when you are busy cleaning the guns. The real players are lazy, so they look for leverage everywhere. They leverage other people's time by hiring them and creating standard operating procedures. They leverage other people's money by building a process so efficient that banks beg them to take loans. They leverage other people's attention by building systems of content distribution that run without them. And now, they are leveraging artificial intelligence to build systems that automate the decision-making that used to require a human being. They understand that every single time you do a repetitive task yourself, you are failing. You are telling the universe that you do not value your life. You are deciding to be a replaceable component, not the creator. You want to be a part of the 1%, but you are still playing the game with the mindset of a servant. You are not winning, mono. You are just a high-functioning component in a machine that is designed to use you up, exhaust you, and eventually replace you with a faster, cheaper, more efficient AI model that does not require coffee or sleep. The system has you exactly where it wants you, busy, tired, and desperate, unable to stop grinding, and therefore unable to start thinking. But there is a pivot, a choice you can make right now, a choice to stop being the component and start becoming the architect, a decision to pick up the weapon of strategic laziness. It is a path that requires you to throw away everything you think you know about hard work. It is a method that demands you violently reject the hustle and embrace the profound discomfort of silence, strategy, and tedio, or boredom. Most people will lack the stomach to actually do it. If you want to stop consuming the illusion of effort and start dominating your reality, you have to be willing to enter the void of deep, exponential leverage. Part 1 of this operation is simple. Stop trying to work hard. Start trying to never have to work again. Close your eyes and picture a different scene. Not the cold plunge or the 5 a.m. alarm. Picture a quiet, empty room in a house on the beach. Silence. No music. No distractions. The person in that room is not rushing. They are not typing furiously on a keyboard, trying to check off a massive to-do list before breakfast. In fact, it looks like they are doing absolutely nothing. They are staring out the window, looking at the ocean. Occasionally, they glance at their phone, but not to answer an urgent email or to check how their latest post is performing. They are checking a dashboard that shows sales, leads, and money flowing into their account, completely independent of their physical presence. This is not a dream, Mono. This is not a lucky break. This is the predictable outcome of the second operation, building an empire based on the absolute refusal to work. While the rest of the world is busy exchanging their human energy for linear coins, the top 1% has detached their income from their time. They have exited the matrix of effort, and they are living in the realm of asset-driven wealth. They are lazy, and that laziness is precisely what forced them to build systems that allow them to live as gods. How do they do it? It is not magic. It is engineering. A grindset idiot wakes up and says, "What work can I do today?" A lazy predator wakes up and says, "How can I avoid working today?" They look at every single task that enters their sphere with pure hatred. If a task requires them to do the same thing twice, they do not just do it perfectly. They build a standard operating procedure, a script, or an automation workflow, so they never ever have to think about that task again. They are too lazy to answer the same email twice, so they create a temple. They are too lazy to post on social media manually, so they build a system of distribution that schedules, cross-posts, and analyzes without a single manual click. They understand that every manual action you take is a tax on your potential. They are not looking to improve their efficiency. They are looking to eliminate their involvement. They invest 5 hours of intense, boring, strategic work once to save 5 minutes of work every single day for the rest of their lives. That is the math of leverage, and it is a game the 99% does not even know is being played. Their laziness forces them to hire people who are smarter, faster, and cheaper than them. While you are struggling to learn a new skill like video editing or coding just so you can save a few dollars, the top 1% is too lazy to learn something that is not their core genius. They go on freelance platforms or hire a full-time assistant in a different time zone for pennies on the dollar to execute the tasks they hate. They do not view hiring as an expense. They view it as buying back their humanity. They are too lazy to do their own accounting, their own lead generation, or their own administrative work. By refusing to do these tasks, they force themselves to build a system where other people's time and effort create their result. They move from being the component that is depleting its energy to being the architect who owns the entire machine. They leverage people, they leverage technology, and they leverage systems to build an empire based on this single, powerful refusal to trade their linear life for money. And now, Mono, they have the ultimate weapon, artificial intelligence. While you are scared of AI taking your job, the top 1% is ecstatic. They are too lazy to write their own emails, so they train an AI model to write just like them. They are too lazy to analyze their own data, so they let AI find the winning strategy in seconds. They are too lazy to create all their content, so they build systems where AI writes, generates, and edits without them. They are not competing against you with their hard work. They are competing against you with a legion of digital soldiers that do not sleep, do not eat, and do not ask for raises. You are a biological battery trying to fight a swarm of robotic components. The outcome of that war is already decided. The grindset idiots are being replaced by the systems built by the lazy architects. Your raw effort is not a virtue. It is a sign that you are easily replaceable by a machine that costs $10 a month. So, you have a definitive choice to make right now. You can continue doing exactly what you have been doing. You can leave a comment about how insightful this video was, and immediately click on the next recommended thumbnail, letting another day of your life slip into the algorithm. You can go back to sleep. You can choose to remain a component, letting the system deplete you, exhaust you, and eventually discard you for a faster, cheaper model. Or you can decide to stop being a hero. You can make the decision to brutally reject the hustle and embrace the profound discomfort of silence, tadio, and deep strategy. You can stop working in your life and start building a system that allows you to own your life. This is the only path to sovereignty. This is the only way to actually win. I am not going to ask you to subscribe. I am not going to tell you to hit the like button. Doing that is just another hit of fake dopamine, another excuse to stay on this platform for another 5 minutes instead of executing. The time for consumption is officially over. The time for construction has begun. Close this tab. Turn off the machine. Step into the silence. Build your leverage. Go.